Good evening, Diego. And so I hope you had a wonderful weekend, Mother's Day, everything, and a wonderful beginning of the week. So, past tenses. Many, many things here. Sorry. It's so funny that, they include four different past tenses. But let's not forget the present perfect. Present perfect, it's a past tense. It's not happening in the present. It can affect the present, but let's analyze everything here. So, in the past, let's see if this one is good enough or it's big enough. We have the simple past, or the past simple, British English, American English, whatever. And so you're gonna have the simple past. Okay, I learned, I did, I ate, whatever. The past continuous is like an ongoing action in the past. I was doing. The past perfect, I had learned. The perfect continuous, the past perfect continuous, I had been learning. But there is one missing. And it's funny because they're going to use the present perfect here, but it's not a present tense. You see, you have to think. Do not follow what they tell you because, but that's wrong. Okay, we can say a present simple. Okay, that's a present tense. Present continuous, I'm doing this stuff right now. Present perfect, it's a past. So we have a fifth tense here. The present perfect continuous, I have been learning for 30 minutes. So it's affecting the present. I have learned today. I have been smart. It's affecting the present, but this action didn't start in the present, it started in the past. Okay? So I would say just be careful of these two guys. Okay? So now after is like, well, I don't know how to make the difference between the past simple past, and the present perfect. Well, first of all, we know how to conjugate the past simple. Okay. We lived in Japan from 95 to 98. I saw the Eiffel Tower in 2007. First, he read the book and then he watched the movie. Okay. So what do we have? Express finished time, completed actions done. Refer to definite time, when exactly. Indicate series of finished actions. First I did that, and I did that, and after I finish with this. Okay. Present perfect. Subject, have, has, plus ed. I have worked as a teacher since 2011. So you're gonna notice that with a present perfect, we have since and for. Okay. Describe unfinished time. I have worked as a teacher since 2011, so it can affect the present. Refer to indefinite time. We don't specify when exactly. Well, we could here since 2011. Okay. But it's more like a period of time, I would say. Express experience or result. She has already watched this movie 3 times. Okay. So that's a big difference. We specify when. We specify when here, and we don't here. And most of the time, we're going to use with since and for the present perfect, not the simple past. Okay, that's a big mistake if you use since and for with a simple past. Really, really be careful here. So that's what I wanted to tell you. There is another thing I want to talk about is this. Edouard Bernays. His book is here. It's a small book. Very old, written I think in the early 20th century, and it's called Propaganda. It's 1928. Very old book, but very, very influential in the marketing world, in the psychology world, the manipulation world. So it's a very important thing because marketing is also used with politics. Because as long as you sell something, it can be a product, a service, or an idea. Okay, you have the tracks here. There are like 4 parts, I believe. So 1, 2, 3. I know 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's weird. Maybe it's here as well. But anyway, You have it here, I believe, as well. So anyway, if something is missing, let me know, and I can complete the collection. Okay, so this is your book. I cannot find the free version, and at this point, I have so many things to read, to watch, and everything. I'm just overwhelmed. So I would say, you're gonna be the one to give me a summary of this book. Okay, so the gerund, be careful. We have some expressions that will use the ing form. Okay, so if I, again, if I'm just looking at expressions with gerund, uh, we're gonna see what they say here. Okay, dans many, 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 many. Again, it's like the phrasal verbs. Yeah, I need. Yeah, this one. This one is good. Can't help. It's no use, but I like this one. To be used to and to get used to. I'm not used to getting up so early. Look forward. I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, so this it's not worth visiting that place. Okay. I can't help thinking of you all the time. So there are some expressions that will automatically use an ing form, no matter what. Even if you're trying to, to feel like, well, it doesn't make any sense. It's not a matter of making sense. It's a matter of respecting the rules in English. The perspective is different from any kind of Latin-based language. Okay. So it's no use trying. It's not good. It's no good shouting. There's no point. There's no point in cooking. It's not worth ordering. I can't stand. I can't bear waiting. He couldn't help laughing. He had a hard time explaining. The receptionist had difficulty understanding him. We had a good time visiting. The boy spends a lot of time or wastes time playing. The children had fun playing. There is no need to call a taxi. I don't mind taking the bus. There is no denying that he's a good player. There is no denying. Well, that's a very specific expression here. But anyway, that is here I don't really like it because it just gives you the verbs. I prefer the expressions. Okay, but it's not a good one here. So just remember to look forward. Okay, and yeah, again, this is not a practical one, so you have to be careful. There you go. So I can find a lot of stuff, also with likes, dislikes, and emotions. To be afraid of, care for, be excited about, be interested in, worry about, or be worried about. Okay, we can use an ing form after prepositions and fixed expressions. Okay, so I'm afraid of dying. I care for, I don't know, taking care of the old people or whatever. I'm excited about living tomorrow. I'm interested in learning more stuff. Okay. Are you afraid of falling or failing? Brain is excited about applying to college. I worry about not choosing the right school. I'm not saying I'm worried. I worry. Okay. Anyways, that's something we can go back, and of course you have sent me everything on the Gmail, I believe. So I'll see that, but it is not here. So the thing with the vocabulary, it's not. There's no use in. There's no use trying to learn by heart. You're gonna end up with like a monstrous list of vocabulary to learn. Okay, I just want to say, okay, it's just like, step by step. At least try to do three words every day. You understand the meaning in the context. Okay, and it's just like, okay, well, today I'm gonna learn about afraid. Okay, I can say to be afraid of. I'm gonna try to make a sentence. I'm not afraid of this kind of stuff. Okay, I learn one. Okay. or I'm interested in whatever, but three things that you can apply in normal life, not just like, okay, I want to learn this. Like, yeah, but will you remember them? Okay, the strategy is very important here to learn. How do you learn? How do you fix the information for a long time? Okay, the long-term memory. Anyways, so a last one, need doing, can't help doing, to be worth doing, to feel not feel like doing. I don't feel like talking. The exhibition is worth visiting. I couldn't help laughing. The floor needs washing. Okay. It was no use speaking with him. What's the use of arguing? Okay. Very, very important. Anyway, we're gonna keep doing this kind of stuff. Okay. Let's try to do a text this time. Okay, comprehension. That's gonna be based on a magazine or whatever. Well, we can be like, okay, so you know what? I want the BBC News. British love BBC. That's a religion. Not for all British, but So if I have something like that, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to the website. It's going. Oh, wow. Coronavirus advice ignored by Brazil's president. That is the only one not wearing a mask. That's interesting. It's from the BBC News. So anyway, okay, so what do we have here? Donald Trump, coronavirus may never go away, WHO warns. Oh, now they're alarmist. They took a long time to react. We know that they work for China. US accuses China of hacking coronavirus research. Things the US has got right and got wrong. One-day lockdown laugh around the world. Trump says disease chief warning not acceptable. Republicans snatch rare prize of California seat. Broadway actor wakes up from COVID-19 coma. Oh my God, I wouldn't even go to the hospital with that. Okay, so we have some interesting topics, I guess. Let's see, UK. Okay. Okay, Uber is is laying off a lot of people. So not always. A third of COVID-19 ICU patients do not recover. What can you do now that you couldn't on Tuesday? So the main topics are features, analysis, watch and listen, more from the UK. Social isolation is not new to me. Okay. Antibody test approved and care home criticism. Okay, not really fascinating. Huh? It's not really fascinating, this kind of stuff. So allowing family gathering complicated. Okay. Would be like, okay, well, I want to focus on one topic. Let's say this one. Oh, plus everything is separated. Oh my God. Okay. We have the text. But it's not, it's not like you have a lot of podcasts here, okay? If I go to NPR, you remember I was telling you about that? The NPR News. It's an American website, but I think it can be also good to practice your listening and comprehension. So NPR is not like a Republican or Democrat, broadcast. It's more independent, and they accept donations. So here we go. So the world, science, health. But I want to show something here. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, in South Korea and China loosening restrictions bring coronavirus resurgence. So we have the sound. You can download it. and you can also have the transcript. Okay, that's the article. So I prefer NPR, you know. So let's see if it works. Also, you have it here, I believe.
Let's acknowledge what public health officials say is inevitable as the country opens up. As people move around more,
They speak faster, but you have to get used to this stuff, okay? And let's see what it is. Embed, that's a transcript, I guess. There we go. You have it. Isn't it better? No? Okay, let's go.
There's still no vaccine, and though we can all try to keep our distance and try to be careful, there will be more coronavirus cases. That's how it works. When more cases come, it will be vital to catch them through testing. Dr. Anthony Fauci discussed this yesterday during a Senate hearing.
Without having the capability of being able to respond effectively and efficiently, my concern is that we will start to see little spikes that might turn into outbreaks.
We can at least try to learn from the experience of other places. China and South Korea suffered the outbreak sooner, beat down the number of cases faster, and are farther along in reopening. So what are they experiencing as the virus gets new opportunity?
There we go. That could be a cool thing to do. You know, it's a bit long, you know, but NPR is my favorite. I respect BBC, but it's not really like the NPR. Anyway, Diego, I'll see you tomorrow evening, okay? And meanwhile, you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful night, okay? See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.